చాలా ఏళ్ళు అయిపోయినాయి ఈ సుదర్శన్ 35కి వచ్చి నేను. ఇవాళ అందరికీ తెలిసిందే ఏఎంబి అనే సినిమాలో నేను పార్ట్నర్షిప్ అయ్యి ఒక మల్టీప్లెక్స్ ఓపెన్ చేశాం. ఆ థియేటర్ ఉన్నా కూడా ఈ సుదర్శన్ 35 నా సొంత థియేటర్ని ఫీల్ అవుతాం.
మిస్టర్ Bala Govinda Raja garu, Sudarshan 35mm, the theatre that has come into existence in the city of Hyderabad from the year 1982. And it is very proudly said that every person of Hyderabad would have certainly visited and watched a movie here at Sudarshan 35mm in his lifetime. Here with me, the humble Sudarshan 35mm Bala Govinda Raja garu, also known as Moving Encyclopedia of Movies, for his vast knowledge in screening the movies in Tollywood industry. As we all know, we have 4 important sectors in making a movie: the producing sector, the studio sector, the distributor sector, and above all, the exhibitor sector, that is the theatres. And for all the movie makers, it is the right screens that makes the do or die situation. Here it becomes a dream come true for any producer or a filmmaker to release his movie at Sudarshan 35mm. What I keep saying, the holy Varanasi of movies, the RTC Crossroads, and all the theatres here at RTC Crossroads, which has been the resort for all the movie buffs from every nook and corner of Hyderabad to come out and visit and watch a movie at RTC Crossroads, has always been a dream come true. And among them stands on the top of the list is Sudarshan 35mm. And let us ask Mr. Bala Govinda Raja garu so many other things relating to exhibiting sector. Today we all know that multiplex has been a part of our lifestyle. And watching a movie in multiplex has always been the first pick for all the moviegoers. In such challenging scenarios, are multiplex a threat to single screen theatres? And how are single screen owners addressing this issue?
With multiplexes, we have actually a competitor, basically. That's how I would take it. And we'll meet the competition, not a problem. Because ultimately, with respect to movie watching, the projection and the audio part is the major movie watching experience that we are matching with multiplexes anyways. It is only the ambience which will match up, and the audience likes single screens too. There's no doubt about that. So the comparison factor of multiplex and single screen is not really there. If the content is good, people are ready to watch anywhere, and more the merrier is the question.
The hike in the cinema ticket rates in single theatres as well is also a strong reason why majority moviegoers would prefer to go to multiplex rather than coming to the single theatres. If that is the case, the majority of the people in the near future may also shift to watch movies in OTT or also in other social media platforms. And our single theatres owners addressing this.
Ticket pricing recently, with a string of big movies coming up, we've had ticket price enhancements recently with RRR and KGF and Acharya, etc. That probably actually did a setback to the audience's memory, because the audience will have memory, and with higher prices and with a string of movies one after the other, audience pockets are bound to become dry, empty. And then if they are nearing empty, then the question will come up in the audience's mind that if the movie is good only, then only I'll step forward. So they probably waited for a movie called Acharya. They waited rather than booking tickets. They waited, let's see, because our pockets are already dry. So let's wait. So that could be the one-time case, because we are coming out of COVID and a string of movies have started releasing. They've now ended with Sarkar Varipata and F3. They've now ended. The big movies have ended now. Last 4-5 months, some 10 movies released, big ones. Most of them did well. And it showcased that people are ready to watch movies in theatres. Simple as that. So I don't see a major threat with OTT. OTT will have its own life story. They will do something else to get their own OTT up. But it may not in the short term deplete any audiences. That's one thought. At the same time, it may also cause a dent. But again, I'll tell you the upside of it. With OTT or YouTube at your home, you are used to everyday content of 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, half an hour, etc. Now that will work in favor of new movie makers. If there's a new movie in town, all these guys who are used to OTT at homes will come out and watch. There's no doubt about that. So content is king. If a good content is there, all these gremlins will come out of their underground homes and they'll watch movie. So if we've seen in recent Kamal Haasan movie Vikram, it was good, Major was good, and we've seen in KGF and Triple R also. So even after KGF, Triple R, Major and Vikram did extraordinarily well. Vikram was very good, 150 crores in 3 days, Vikram for a Kamal Haasan movie. So that shows that if the movie is good, people are ready. So I would end it that way.
The upgradation of technology in single screen theaters, is it a crucial point in the coming days to...
So we are in RTC Crossroads. We are a group of 5, 7, 8 theaters. We used to be some 12 theaters, but again due to a period of time, urbanization, etc., we lost some theaters. But again, so few of them are coming up in the neighborhood. Few multiplexes are coming up. So our RTC Crossroads, an area of around 5-kilometer radius, people come to watch here actually, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers radius. So our policy was to provide the best of the world in this area. So best projection system, we have Dolby Atmos, nice system, and hardness screen, and 4K laser projection in both our theaters since around 2 years. 4K laser projection will actually standardize the light output. So the number of lumens is more than 18 lumens or so. The excuse me. In the production side, people say it causes overexposure by increasing the lumens. But again, we don't do that much. But 14 was a standard. But when we do a 16 or 18 lumens, the immersiveness is more actually. So that's what we follow. Yeah, we try to do our best for the audiences around here.
Coming all the way out of the house and watching a movie in the theaters alone is not fun anymore. But still, watching a movie in a theater that provides a good food canteen is still the pick of the choice.
See, we are not a Blue Fox restaurant for us to have 200 items. We have some 7-8 items actually. We make sure that we provide them in a good fashion. For example, the egg puff used to be egg puff. We made it double egg puff. So every bite we got an egg. So people love it actually in our 2 theaters actually. And then our popcorn is one of the good. We charge around 60-70 bucks only, and it is very freshly made popcorn. It is excellent. So we make very good. We take good care to provide good food also. Yeah. So with respect to movie watching, what is more crucial is the movie projection, the sound and visuals, right? The light, the sound, etc. These are the most crucial things. See, we are not a Blue Fox for us to serve 200 items. Our major business is movie watching. We do provide very good items in the canteen also, but we don't provide like multiplexes. Is that a differentiating factor? I don't know. We are learning on that. And then with the respect to ambience of single screens, we are a movie hall. We are not a 7-star hotel where we have to show off an excellent ambience, etc. So we never believed that. Most of the single screen owners believed that the actual happenings are inside the auditorium. So we, especially in our 2 theaters, we have we have our 2 theaters, Sudarshan 35mm and Devi 70mm. We have the heart of a racer actually, an athlete. See, Usain Bolt, if I give an example, he's got a heart of an athlete. He's the world number 1. He may not look good, but he is an athlete. He is number 1 in the 100 meters race. I mean, now there must be a new guy actually. But I'm telling you, Ben Johnson or Usain Bolt or Carl Lewis, etc. The heart of a racer is what we find in our 2 theaters actually. The movie watching experience is absolutely out of this world. So that's one thing we are trying to protect.
And now let me ask the most crucial question. How about that R Naluguru? It goes to say that 4 people ruling the Tollywood industry, particularly the exhibiting sector. So how crucial it becomes when it comes to the rental, percentage and lease sector playing a very crucial part in the existence of single theaters.
Certain history is there. Basically, movie producers used to ask for minimum guarantee money to allow a movie theater to run a movie, etc. in Mumbai, everywhere. Now that many exhibitors could not bear, because many movies they must have paid and the movie may not have run well, for which the money would have been stuck with the producers. Now the theaters did not want that. So now with the influx of multiplexes, they came up with a formula of 50% revenue sharing mechanism. I think the similar revenue sharing mechanism is sustainable to them. That's why they came up with that. The similar revenue sharing mechanism should come to the single screen for us to be sustainable, to maintain the single screens to improve the single screens also, basically. Now, if revenue share is not as good as the multiplex, single screens will die. So it is not from the audience's side that the single screens may die. It is from internal industry side only the single screens may get extinct. That is a big worry actually. It's not a happy situation. The industry should protect the single screens also. That's my plea. Yeah, the film field, the film fraternity should give it a nice direction to protect the single screens too, which is large in number in the country. And with respect to China, I think we are still undernumbered. China has got much larger screen size. So that means India also needs more screens. So does it need only multiplexes, or can we protect our single screens too? So why should we lose single screens and come up with more multiplexes? We can retain the single screens too. That's my plea. Sure, sir. Sure. With respect to Devi 70mm, which was built in 1981, few days ago it had its birthday, June 12th. We started this movie with Taxi Driver. It was with a 1500 seats when it launched in 1981. It was the largest in Asia actually. And our sound architect, design architect, Mr. Barjor Mistry of Mumbai, he gave an excellent output, because Devi 70mm's construction is so good. The bass audio we hear in Devi 70mm is nowhere available actually, not even in Sudarshan 35 to be technically correct. And then it was 1500, it was the largest in the country, and my dad's vision was that, Dr. Nandagopal, who's taking it a little easy nowadays, and but subsequently the number of seats reduced to around 1300 because of so many issues. We had to increase the seat size, etc., make it more comfortable actually. That's one reason why we are still refraining from adding recliners, because people who come to watch movie, not to sleep and relax. Let them be upright. I mean, I don't see a challenge there. I don't say that is right and this is wrong and etc. But we are still holding on. Movie watching is for 2.5 hours. You can sit and enjoy, laugh it off and go. So to all the Yashodhara TV viewers, my greetings to you. Thanks to Mr. Naidu for taking this, giving this chance to mention few things about a cinema hall. Thank you very much.
Sudarshan 35mm Bala Govinda Rajagaru, you have really given us all the eye-opening thoughts what anybody would really try to understand the existence of single theatres in the near future. The moving encyclopedia of movie exhibitors, Bala Govinda Rajagaru, namaste.